Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am here with my July book haul. To be perfectly honest, I am filming this probably a week or so earlier than I normally would, but because we are leaving on vacation in a week and things are going to be a little bit crazy, and because I'm not anticipating buying a whole lot more books super soon, we're filming this now, and that might also be why this is a slightly smaller than usual haul. Not tiny still, but for me, smaller than usual. I did get book of the month for July, and so I'm going to be opening that up with you guys. I do also have a few books I got from Book Outlet. I have some books that I've received for review, both solicited and unsolicited, some other books that I have picked up this month. So let's turn things around and start with the Book Outlet order, shall we? Normally I don't. So this was a smaller Book Outlet order than usual. I only got 5 books and 3 of them are in the same trilogy. So you guys have been using my link to check out Book Outlet, which gives me coupons that save me money when I order books, which is kind of amazing. I really appreciate you guys doing that, and this is a link that anybody who uses Book Outlet does have access to. But if you guys are interested, I do have a link down below that you guys are welcome to use if you would like to. It will save you $10 off your first order of $25 or more if you haven't used Book Outlet before. I'm a big fan. I buy books from them a lot, and that has just helped to offset the cost of my book buying, so thank you. The first book that I picked up is one that I read a long time ago, but I didn't own a copy of and would like to. This is Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis. This one was $6.45 on Book Outlet, and I love this. It is a retelling of the myth of Cupid and Psyche in Greek mythology. I think this is maybe one of his lesser known books. A lot of people know him for the Chronicles of Narnia or know him for his Christian theology books, but he also knew a lot about Greek mythology and did a retelling, and it's a really good one. So this was kind of fun. It's been a lot of years since I've read it. I would love to do a reread at some point. Plus I just kind of love these editions of his books, so I'm very happy to have that. I also picked up a copy of another book by Paul Tremblay, who I've been enjoying lately. This is A Head Full of Ghosts. This one was $5.09 on Book Outlet. He writes really smart horror. I think this is the 3rd book of his that I now own. I read Cabin at the End of the World, which I absolutely loved. I have another of his books on my TBR, and I have heard really good things about this one, so happy to have that. And then finally, I purchased a trilogy that I have been wanting to continue with, so we're going to talk about this. This is the Fate of the Tearling books. So I have Queen of the Tearling, Invasion of the Tearling, and Fate of the Tearling. This is all 3 books in the trilogy by Erica Johansson. It is fantasy. I think it's technically supposed to be adult fantasy, but sometimes I see it in the YA section. It's a little unclear, but it reads to me like adult fantasy given some of the content, so know that. I have read the first book. I think I will probably reread it before I continue on with the series, but I've been meaning to continue with it. I loved the first book, but I read it like 2.5 years ago and then just for whatever reason never continued on. I used to own this in paperback, and then I unhauled it and thought, oh, maybe I'll get them in hardcover. But then I decided I actually don't really want them in hardcover. I think I have one of these in hardcover, which I will probably unhaul. I don't know, guys, but they had them really cheap, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, get a matching set of them, keep them in paperback. I'm probably going to even listen to them on audio because they're all on script. But I want to own them. I did really love the first one, and I want to continue on with the series. So in case you're wondering what they cost, the Queen of the Tearling was $3.30, the Invasion of the Tearling was $4.66, and the Fate of the Tearling was $4.15. So all together they were like less than $15, which I thought was pretty great for an entire trilogy. Next up, I had one pre-order that came in this month. This is The Beast Charmer Kingdom of Exiles by Maxim M. Martineau. This is a fantasy romance coming out through Sourcebooks Casablanca, and it just sounded really fun. They had emailed me about it and had kind of a cool pre-order giveaway going on, so I was like, you know what the heck? It sounds like something that would be up my alley, so I really want to check this one out. This month I also unhauled and sold some books back to my local indie bookstore, The Strand, and so I used store credit to purchase some books and also purchased a couple of books without store credit. I don't remember exactly which of these were and weren't store credit. I think at least a couple of them I just paid for outright, 2 or 3 of them, and then some of them were store credit. So we're just going to talk about all the things I got at The Strand this month because there's always quite a few. First up, do I already have this book? Yes. Do I have it in hardcover? No. This is The Slow Regard of Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. They had a half-price copy for $7.50, And this is actually a first edition, first printing of this book. I do have it in paperback, but I didn't have a hardcover, and it was such a good deal. And you know what's funny? It actually has the original receipt in it that someone used to buy it, and they used their Barnes & Noble employee discount back in 2014, so I thought that was kind of entertaining. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one in hardcover. It's really pretty. And look at that. Look at the beautiful hardcover. Patrick Rothfuss, I own multiple copies of all his books. It's one of the few where I will collect multiples. Now I just need to get this in the UK paperback, and then I think I will have a complete collection, other than like maybe one day I'll buy myself like a hardcover first edition of The Name of the Wind. That would be fun, but those are a little pricey, so maybe one day, but I'm happy to have this. The Strand also had a hardcover copy of a book that I've read and really loved for only $2, so I picked up The Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This is a novel told in verse that was 5-star read for me. It was a finalist, I think, for the National Book Award, and I highly recommend it. I've loved what I've read from Jason Reynolds, and I think this one is really, really powerful. It is YA contemporary that deals with gun violence, and it's really fantastic. One that I wanted to have on my shelves. Then I found a used copy of a book that I have been looking for. So this was only like $8, I think, $8 or $9. It is Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, aka Sean and McGuire. I have heard nothing but praise for this book. It's about like killer mermaids. It's adult horror sci-fi blend that's supposed to be really, really good. So I've been wanting to read it, and when I found it for so inexpensive, I like snapped it up. Then I found a copy of a book I've really been interested in for only $5. It's like a used copy. I couldn't believe $5, guys, $5. This is Inspection by Josh Malerman. He is the author of Bird Box, which I really, really loved, and I've been intrigued by this one. It sounds super interesting to me, and I love the cover. It's so pretty. But this one says, boys are being trained at one school for geniuses, girls at another. Neither knows the other exists until now. It's a world of secrets and horror in this tantalizing thriller. So it's like a secret school with genius kids. I'm so here for it, guys. I'm really, really excited for this one. So hopefully I can pick this one up soon. And plus, look how pretty. It's so pretty. And only $5. I also went ahead and purchased a half-price copy of a book that I had owned previously. I had actually a signed copy of this book, and then on the way back from the signing in the taxi, I left my bag with my signed books in the taxi, and it was like really, really terrible. I'm mostly over it by this point, but I finally decided to purchase my own copy. I have read this. It is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I know. I just like, I didn't own it. I had store credit. There was a copy for like $9.50, so I went ahead and purchased it again. So I'm really happy to have this. It's very, very pretty. So yeah, now I can take pictures with it. I still need to read the sequel. I do have the audiobook. I've been putting it off. I need to read it. I think I'm gonna like it. I really, really liked Cruel Prince. I am not obsessed with it the way that a lot of people are, but I did really like it, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with the series. The final book that I picked up at the Strand this month is one of my most anticipated reads for the year. I'm really excited to have this. I'm gonna be reading this as a buddy read with Leanna from Leanna's Library sometime in the next couple of months, which I'm very excited for. This is Deviate by Jay Kristoff, the sequel to Lifelike. I absolutely loved Lifelike. It was one of my favorite books that I read last year. Very, very excited for Deviate as well, and really happy to have this. Also, look at the pink and black. I love it. It's so pretty. Also, this is a great example of why it is wonderful to get to know your local indie booksellers. One of my booksellers knew that I was looking for a used half-price copy of Deviate, and when she found a copy, she put it aside for me, which thank you so much to Thea. I really, really appreciate it. You were wonderful. But yeah, wonderful booksellers at the Strand, so I got a half-price copy of this for $9.50. Moving along, let's go ahead and open my Book of the Month box. So I just got this. I did open it for Instagram. I just got one book this month, and I'm very excited for it, guys. This is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I actually have an e-arc of this that I'm in the process of reading, and so far I'm really, really loving it. I love this cover. It's so, so pretty. I, thus far, have loved what I've read from Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I think her writing is amazing. She does really great character-driven books, and they're so inventive. This one is a sort of mythological story. It is Own Voices for the Mexican Representation, and it is inspired by Mayan mythology. It takes place in 1800s Mexico. So far, I'm really into it. Very, very excited. And it's so beautiful. Yeah, look how pretty. I'm so happy to have this. So I recently started using Book of the Month Club and I really like them. Every month you get a credit where you can pick one of 5 specially selected books for $15 a month, including shipping. Like that includes your shipping cost. Or you can pass, which I did in June. In June, there wasn't anything I was that interested in at the time, and so I went ahead and skipped, but this month I'm really happy to have this. So $15 a month, which I think is pretty great, and then there's a bunch of add-on books that you can get for an extra $10 per book. So if any of you guys are interested in checking it out, I do have a link down below that you can use to get your first book free, and it gives me a free add-on book. If you want to use that link, a couple of you already have, which I like, thank you so much. I will be using that for add-on books in the future months. Anybody who subscribes to Book of the Month Club has access to it. It's not an affiliate link, it's just a normal referral link like anybody has access to, but if you use mine, it does give me a free add-on book, which helps out. So excited to have this title from Book of the Month Club this month. So yeah, go check this one out. I've heard such good things about it. I know Jocelyn from Yogi with the Book absolutely loved it. I suspect I might as well. Okay, next up I have one other book that I kind of randomly picked up from Amazon. It's a novella. It was on sale for like $5 or something, and you know I love this author. This is Be Not Afraid by Alyssa Cole. It is a Revolutionary War romance novella, and you know, while I'm waiting for her new books to come out, I'm gonna start picking up some of her backlist. I also got a couple of ebooks of some of her other backlist titles, so very excited to have these. Then I do have a few books that were sent to me for review and 2 books that I purchased while I was on a trip. So yeah, have to go check out all the local indie bookstores whenever I go somewhere new. So let's talk about it. First up, I have a graphic novel that was sent to me from Quirk Books, and I'm really excited to be picking this up soon. This is called After You Are Gone, We Are Here Forever by Michelle Gish. So as far as I know, this was actually originally based on a webcomic, and this one is coming out on July 30th, so I'm actually going to try to read this pretty soon now that I'm hauling it. It says it's a collection of interconnected stories set in a world devoid of people, with these supposedly innocent creatures with questions of what happened to the human race. It says it is joyously post-apocalyptic, which sounds really fun. So it's supposed to be cute, but also thought-provoking. I am here for it. Then I had one unsolicited book that was sent to me from Amazon Publishing. This is Gretchen by Shannon Kirk. It's a thriller that looks and sounds super creepy. It's about like a creepy little girl, so that's interesting. It says, what's so strange? Don't all girls play games? So yeah, it's like, sounds super creepy, like a domestic kind of horror thriller maybe, and there's like blood spatter on the words. So I don't know, I may check this out. It is a finished copy, so thank you so much to them for sending me this. It is releasing on July 23rd for those of you who are interested. Then I have 3 books that were sent to me for promotion on Instagram by my friends over at the Harlequin publicity team, so thank you so much to them. The first one is one I'm super excited to read, actually. I might take this one on vacation with me. This is How to Hack a Heartbreak by Kristen Rockaway. It sounds really fun. It's kind of a romance. It's about a girl who's a coder, and after having issues with a dating app, she designs her own app so that people can log harassers and abusers from online dating apps. And I don't know like what exactly happens, but like it sounds super fun. I always also love girls who are like coders and stuff, so I think this one's gonna be really fun. I'm excited for that. They also sent me a finished copy of the McAvoy Sisters Book of Secrets by Molly Fader. And this one is more like women's fiction with family secrets, and yeah, it sounds also really interesting. And then the final book that they sent me is an arc of a book that is already on sale. This went on sale June 11th, so I really need to get to this. This is The Summer of Sunshine and Margot by Susan Mallory. And this one is also kind of more of a women's fiction, family, beachy read. So yeah, looks really fun. So thank you so much to Harlequin for sending me those books. They are for promotion on Instagram, so I've got pretty pictures on Instagram that will be going up or are already up if you guys want to check that out. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I mostly do bookish content, and it is always linked down below. Okay, last thing is I have 2 books that I picked up while I was on a vacation. I do have a vlog, which I will link up above if you haven't seen that, if you want to check it out, where I do actually get these books and talk about them, but we went to visit my grandmother who lives on Martha's Vineyard Island in Massachusetts, and while there I went to visit a local indie bookstore. This is Bunch of Grapes bookstore, and I picked up 2 books, which I'm quite excited to have. The first one is a brand new paperback. I didn't love the hardcover, but I really like the paperback, and I have been interested in this book, so I got a copy of Washington Black by Essie Adugian. This was nominated or a finalist for an award, so I've heard really good things about this. I have friends who've read it and really enjoyed it, and I'm interested, so I did pick up a copy of that. And then the other book that I picked up was Aisha at Last by Uzma Jaludin. This one sounds really fun. It is a contemporary Muslim retelling of Pride and Prejudice, which sounds super fun. Also, I love this cover. It's so pretty. So yeah, really excited to have those. Those were kind of my splurge on vacation. So there you have it. Those are all of the books that I have hauled in July thus far. There may be a few more, but they'll just go into next month's book haul because we're gonna be traveling. I'll probably like get a few books while I'm traveling because I usually do, but I'm not going to be filming a book haul later in the month, so this is when you are getting it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to me in the comments down below and let me know any of your thoughts on any of the books that I hauled, if you think that I would like them or wouldn't. And for your question of the day, let me know, when you go on trips, do you like to go check out new bookstores? Like, is that just me or is that a thing people do? Because I feel like every time I travel somewhere, I always try to go visit a bookstore if I can. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and click that bell icon anywhere on the screen if you want to be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.